I'm joined by Michael Eaves, who, of course, hosts SportsCenter for ESPN. He's here now. Michael Eaves, it's GP. How you doing?
I'm good, brother. What's cracking?
Everything's good in my world. Let's start with the Cleveland Browns, where Shedeur Sanders yesterday got his first NFL start. He is now 1-0 as a starter. I don't know where it goes from here, but yesterday was fun. I like watching people prove people wrong. I don't know that he shut anybody up, but he at least going to make them be quiet for a minute. What'd you make of what we saw from Shedeur yesterday?
Oh, he definitely didn't make anybody shut up. Those who were on his side they felt vindicated, right? So they're gonna yell that from the mountaintops. And those who are his biggest critics will look at his numbers and see how paltry they were and say, yeah, he had a bunch of yards, but most of them came yards after the catch and things of that nature. Blah blah blah. To your point, I don't know where it's gonna go either, Gary. I really don't. But it was fun. And when was the last time a lot of people had fun watching the Browns game? When was a lot of time people who aren't Browns fans wanted to watch a Browns game? Well, that happened yesterday with Shedeur Sanders. Like last night on SportsCenter, I called him the most polarizing fifth-round quarterback of all time. But when someone is polarizing, there's interest, and you watch. And that's what he's bringing to this team, if nothing else. And to some, that's the detriment alone, but that's not necessarily the case, because look at the Browns. Like what's been worse than this? Nothing. They've had 42 different quarterbacks now since they came back in the league in 1999. Shedeur Sanders is that 42nd different starting quarterback, but he's the first one since 1995 to win his first career start as a Browns quarterback. So all of that you put together, that was the backdrop in which this kid came in. And oh, by the way, all the other stuff that comes with being Shedeur Sanders, yes, it was must-see television. That's why we made a big deal of it on SportsCenter last night.
And even the pregame comments where he just sort of, casually says, I am who they've been looking for. There's a scenario where that comes back to bite him, obviously, but I like the idea that he thinks that way. I like watching him deliver after having that moment. Again, I don't know where it goes from here, but yesterday was awesome.
So, and here's the thing, Gary, and I'm with you. People have a hard time with athletes not being humble for whatever reason, right? Now, there's a difference between being humble and the line to being arrogant. He didn't say, I'm going to be the best Browns quarterback ever. He didn't say, I'm going to be a future Hall of Famer. All he said is, I'm the one they've been looking for. Well, here's the thing. They've been looking for someone just to win games. Okay, the bar is pretty low there in terms of what he says. But what is wrong with being confident? Like, look how many podcasts that people watch now, Gary, to try to teach themselves how to be more confident in whatever their endeavors are, right? People make millions of dollars trying to tell other people how to be confident. Shedeur Sanders doesn't need that, right? And for him to speak it outwardly, that's part of his process for continuing to believe in himself. If you speak it into the universe, sometimes you have to speak it into the public, right? We try to hold friends accountable. Let's say it's working out. Well, how do you do that? You post your videos of yourself in the gym working out. That's how you hold yourself publicly accountable. That's what he's trying to do. But people who have a problem with confident people because they're insecure and they see that as arrogance as opposed to just confidence, right? And then at the end, he said, I know people are preying on my downfall, or however he worded it. He said, it's not going to happen. That's belief in himself more than anything. If someone tells you, Gary, you can't do something, are you going to say, right, terrible, I'm not going to do this? No, you're going to do the exact opposite. If you have any competitive bone in your body, like, no, you think I'm going to fail? I know I'm going to win. That's all he does, and some people hate it for whatever reason.
Last thing on this, after the game, Kevin Stefanski was obviously asked about moving forward at that position. He said he will make that decision at a later date, and I get it. There's a process, blah, 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 but you can't turn back now, can you? I mean, he's got to start the next game.
Turns back now, the backlash will be enormous.
Right.
Just because Dylan Gabriel wasn't playing great before he got hurt.
Right.
He's also a rookie. So what are you doing? Now, if Shedeur goes out the next game and totally just has the worst game ever, then your decision is easy. Even the public will say, all right, yeah, we get it. But if he goes out there and plays as well as he did Sunday, you have to keep that track going, because your alternative is not necessarily better, because you've seen more games from that than not.